A new day is dawning as we are waking up to the truth. Cheyenne, Joel, and Zippy are in class. The teacher, Mr. Anderson, is discussing our last presentation to the class.
Today, Cheyenne will continue where she left off in her presentation before class ends.
Shanna stands in front of the class.
Today, we are going to backtrack our steps from here in American to where we began in Israel. That required us seeking the beginning to bring us to today. I have some more maps, scriptures, and pictures to share with you, painting the picture to show us why we are here and treated so bad. We must make it plain upon tables. It is a must. We get the understanding of who we are as Israelites by learning and reestablishing our heritage given to us by God. As He chose us, this is the first thing we must acknowledge. Our wisdom is the laws of God. It is our heritage. We literally have our own customs, traditions, morals, celebrations, style of dress, and diet. We have everything we need as a nation, but we don't know. The Bible is our instruction manual and not a religious book. It is written by two and only four, the Israelites. So, let's allow the scriptures to make what we go through make sense for us. Deuteronomy 10:12-13. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Deuteronomy 28:46-47. They shall be a sign and a wonder against you and your offspring forever, because you did not serve the Lord your God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, because of the abundance of all things. I found that the Bible is history and details the truth. It reads in Luke 21:20-24. When you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, you will know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, let those in the city get out, and let those in the country not enter the city. For this is the time of punishment in fulfillment of all that has been written. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. There will be great distress in the land and wrath against this people. They will fall by the sword and will be taken as prisoners to all the nations. Jerusalem will be trampled on by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. We also found that the Israelites have been captives throughout history as punishment for their disobedience to our God by not following his laws. I found in the Bible scriptures that speak about it, Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. The following maps that you see detail the disbursement of the Israelites as they went into captivity and where they went. We are all over the world, found in every nations. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. But now we can say with surety, Israel is our homeland.
Wow, that was very interesting to learn. I have great concern when it comes to the educational system's limits on the curriculum dealing with Black history. Oh, but as you were sharing, I was thinking, how can we do more, teach more, so Black youth can learn their history? It is my job as a teacher to teach truth, and that is just what I am going to do. So if your team does the research, our class is going to learn it.
Cheyenne, Zippy, Joel, and Mrs. Carr are gathered. Is Shy's room talking about what they taught the class today, their agreement with the teacher, and their next lesson.
I am so happy for you all. So tell me, what are you considering your next lesson to be?
It is my turn to lead the research project, and I was thinking we could share the brutal reality of slavery from the capture of the Israelites to being slaves in the fields.
That is a good direction to go and seek out things that would never be shared in the classroom.
I am thankful for a teacher like Mr. Anderson. He is making sure we really learn about us so we can be sure of who we are. He is the best teacher in the world. One of a kind.
The trio, accompanied by Mr. Carr, is researching in the library.
I found some books about feeding babies to alligators and something called the Devil's Punch Bowl. I can't imagine the atrocities we will learn.
Oh, and I found some books on the transatlantic slave trade and the experience of the slaves on the ships. I have to prepare my heart to learn this painful period concerning my people.
The kids and Mr. and Mrs. Carr continue the research, looking through historical pictures and documents reading the experience of the slaves. Presentation day is here again, and the team is ready. It's Zippy's turn to share what they have learned with the class.
This was the most painful thing I ever had to do. This lesson teaches us that we were captured in Negro land by the Hamites, known today as African nations. This is when I learned we are not Africans at all. Then they sold us to the Arabians and European. All nations have enslaved us at some point in history. We experienced the worst things you could ever imagine on the ships over here to America. They stripped us naked, branded us, chained us, and stored us in the cargo areas of the ships like we were products. Then when we got here, we were auctioned, separated, whipped, wrapped, hung and burned as onlooker look with a smile. From 1492 to 1865, Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives experienced hell. There's more, but I saved that for next class.
In the quest for knowledge, the We Remember Our Roots team is up for the challenges and ready to face head-on the limitations set by the education system, because they have naturally fallen into an opportunity to learn and grow and share what they know. They are on a wonderful journey, unveiling hidden history and confronting prejudice. With each discovery, they grow wiser and more determined, sparking a curiosity that would drive them to continue to uncover more mysteries from the past, leading us to present day.